Hello everyone, this is Jean, Inky Studio. Welcome back. I'm going to be working today on this cloth cover for the new journal that I'm working on, and the new journal will be a Tim Holtz themed styled type of grungy journal. And I'll show you how I assembled the cover, how I distressed the fabric, and all that kind of stuff in this upcoming video. Before I get started, I did want to spend just a couple minutes thanking everybody for their patience on my last video where I opened up a Ko-Fi shop. And in case you don't know or didn't see that video, I do have a Ko-Fi shop, and I've got a link down below on how to get there. I had so many problems though, but I learned a lot, and I think I've ironed out all the little wrinkles. So anyways, just wanted to say that, and thank you for those who became followers. I just appreciate that. I'm so excited. And a big thank you to those who became supporters. Lorraine, Tamara, and Rockstar. Thank you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate that more than you know. So anyways, let us get started with assembling this cover. I'm starting with a piece of cardstock that's like 110 pounds, and it's in the craft shade. I'm finding the middle and then going out a ½ inch on each side so that I can put a spine. And just because it is pretty thick, it does work better if you score it. So I have like an inch wide spine in here. And being that it's heavy, this really gives a pretty firm base to the journal. Now you can also use a food packaging box to do this, and it probably would have the same weight to it, I'm pretty sure. Now here's a piece of muslin. It's just inexpensive, cheap muslin, and I'm going to use this as the base to build on. And I'm going to tear it all the way around, just a little bit bigger than my base, because I want a little bit of the torn edges to kind of hang over just a little bit. So I'm just doing that all the way around. And as you can see, it just hangs over a pinch. Now, in retrospect, I should have made this a little wider, because as you fold it around the base, it's going to eat up some of that, and I forgot to do that. So I would have made it like a ½ inch wider than my cover the next time. I'm just going to take scraps of fabric, and this is all Tim Holtz fabric, and I'm going to glue it on with a glue stick, which is not meant to be permanent, of course. It's just easier to do a glue stick than it is to do pins, because I do plan to sew all over it, and I just want to keep it from shifting. So this is really a pretty good way to help with that. Trying to do a more or less neutral palette with just a little few pops of color on it. What makes it really nice when you do glue it down is you can lift it up and move it, without having to always take a pin out and repin it. I just find it a lot easier to work with this. As you can see, I could just take it off and move it around. It's kind of a quick way. I'm making sure that I'm overlapping here and there. I don't really want it to be too uniform. Making sure my pieces are odd shaped. I mean, they're all rectangular, but they're all different lengths. And making sure that the right side will be the front cover. So I'm kind of like paying attention to that. Now I'm going to take some batting, and this is Quilter's batting that you can get at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, a quilt store, whatever. You can also use flannel. So if you had like an old flannel shirt, you could double up the flannel, and that would give you a kind of a padded inside as well. But I have plenty of batting since I was a quilter. Well, I guess I still am. It's been a little while though. I'm going to cut the batting down. I cut it to size, but then I'm trimming off just a little bit all the way around because I don't want the batting to stick out past the cloth there. So I did cut it back just a bit. And I'm just going to add some pins because the fuzziness of the batting, the glue stick doesn't work so well there. Now I'm going to sew around each of the squares in there, and then I'm going to sew around the perimeter. And I even made some stitches where I didn't need to, as you can see, just to kind of give it that random look. I've allowed some threads to hang out as well. I'm going to put in this little plate here, this little metal plate, and I am poking the hole once, but then I have to really get in there to go all the way in so that the hole gets big enough. But what's nice about this is if you get done and you don't like where the plate is, or you want to move it or whatever, it's the holes will disappear if you just take your thumbnail and brush over them. So it's not like super permanent. And then I'm just checking out, making sure that it's how I want it to look. Where does the design look like on the front? What's it look like on the back? That type of thing. And like I say, I'm going to have to trim off just a little bit right there. That's what I ended up doing because I didn't make it wider or wide enough. Now I'm going to distress the cover because the new paper looks, or the new fabric just looks too sharp and clean. I'm using the re-inkers for your pads. I'm putting a couple dots in them. One is Vintage Photo and the other one is Old Paper, which I'm not sure is available anymore, but just whatever is your favorite distress inks is fine. These are not the these are the regular original distress inks. I did add a little bit there on the right side bottom to the cover, and I'm just dipping in, and so the dipping in is quick and out, in and out, in and out, just enough for it to start to pick up a little bit here and there. And sometimes I fold it horizontally, sometimes vertically, just kind of getting it on there. I spread it out with my fingers a little bit. If you get a spot that you feel is too intense, you can always take your water bottle and mist it up to kind of dilute the ink a little bit. But this will definitely dry lighter than it looks like right now. And then with the excess, I'm going to use papers and just soak up all that excess so we don't waste any of it. Take my different pieces of ephemera that I have, and I just simply do this and lay it down on a towel and let them dry. It doesn't take too long actually. You can see it's done, and it's not as dark as it looked, but there's just enough staining on there that you feel like it's been worn, something's been used. That's sort of what the idea behind grunge is, one of the ideas. Now I'm going to take some sandpaper, and I got this from Memory Keepers, this little sand block
They probably do sell them. Somebody probably sells them, but you can use just regular sanding paper. I did not record. I forgot to hit the button like I should to record the all the sanding I had done. I've already done some on here, but I'm just sort of demonstrating what I'm doing. And you're removing some fuzz. You're removing kind of the top part of it. And the idea behind this was I didn't want the print on the fabric to look so new and crisp. I want it to look like, somebody's been handling it and has been wearing it down a little bit. So in a minute, I'm going to show you here. I'm showing you how it is originally and how it's just a little bit lighter. And it is not easy to pick up on the camera. It's a little bit, that one might be a little easier to see. But it's just light enough to show that, or to make it seem like it's been handled a lot. Now you might want to play with this method before you do it on something you want to keep, just to see how firm, how heavy you should press and how heavy you shouldn't press. And so there, the cover is complete.
So in my next video, I'm going to be decorating some of the pages and some of the ephemera that's going to be going into here. That's what we're going to be covering next time, so please subscribe so that you don't miss that. And like this video as well, and comment down below if you have time, because that all helps my channel an awful lot. And I thank you for spending time with me, and we will talk to you real soon. Bye!